Post today about the baby.
Yeah, so she's not pregnant, but my neighbor's wife is. And we're out walking the dog, and I thought, hey, let's have a little prank. And apparently
I'm
it's
not
pretty
amused.
Getting out there.
You played along. I did play along and then I regretted it. Apparently I have some issues.
Oh, yeah.
It did cause me much more anxiety than one thought.
Did you make the ravioli?
It's right there.
Awesome.
You want it?
And did you eat up my?
No, they're cold. I did. They're not burned on the bottom. It's be on top.
You don't get enough out of it.
Well, it wasn't before.
How did you make it? Is it?
Well, I had planned to make it, but then I was asked to drive to Sarah's house and pick up a bottle of Sarah.
Is it? You just put cream and milk cheese into it, or do you like a mash?
You melt butter, then you add garlic and saute the garlic. Then you add some flour, and you add the cream. And
It's
so-
exactly what she did. If it's wrong, it's because she used her left hand.
Flour.
All right. Well,
All right,
we ready to do this?
let's go.
Well, thanks for everybody, joining us once again on our Costco adventure. The first one that we're gonna start off with is our bubbly, which is called
Right.
Brilliant Sparkly. Probably just, well, we'll start with one, see just how far it gets us, because
Right.
it's going to be kind of our it's going to be the thing that's going to kind of like wet our palate, start
Okay.
to get it going, for everything else. Now, because it's a, yeah, with an accent. Aperitivo. Now, because it's a spumante, which in Italian spumante means juice. I'm not exactly sure how sweet it's going to be. It's not going to be like a spumante di Asti, but I'm still expecting it to not be as dry as, say,
So sorry. Go ahead.
no, it's fine.
My nose.
All right. So as we're looking at this thing, I mean, it's pretty much.
Bubbly.
Yeah, that is a heavy amount, and
That's really bubbly.
that's one of the things about Italian, because it's actually, the carbonation is introduced afterwards instead of a secondary fermentation. And so Italian, such like Prosecco, those tend to be much more bubbly than and carbonated than your traditional method. But this thing is pretty well on the pale yellow. And not really going to be, because of the carbonation, it doesn't really, it's going to really show you the legs on it. But let's give this thing a smell.
Apple. You like it? I do too, actually, yeah. It smells
Very
refreshing. There's a lot of foam,
Maybe.
it's a little bit different structure.
Yeah. So I'm still getting a little bit of that, a little yeast.
Oh,
Or almost smells kind of ready.
With the foam, there's more of the yeast bread.
Yeah. Right? Well, actually, can't remember who's survived. Was it yours, Amber, or Ray?
Mine
Or
did
the-
not.
What's that?
Mine did.
Okay.
Yeah, Ray has it. I don't. Amber.
Was it actually still carbonated?
It was.
Good. Okay. I was kind of afraid that it, somewhere along the way, I had taken one of my boxes and split them and even the carbonated one, except the one that I shipped to Amber, before I even got to the post office, the box started getting wet. And it's because this one in those little travel bottles blew. But Ray survived. So cheers.
It tastes like Prosecco. I mean, I'm
Still feel like peachy.
Very peachy. Clean, but it does still have a little bit of residual sugar to it.
Not a fan.
That's nice with the green olive. It makes it a little sweeter.
I think, like, I'm now a fan of Cava, so if I ever buy this, it's going to be a Cava, and I have a local one source now.
Yeah.
But like if I was to host a project at work, I'd buy this.
That would be kind of fun, actually. Bring some olives, and it would be a nice puppy.
I think what else?
I think the grapes or the strawberries.
Well, I mean, usually you're sparkling. The best thing that goes with it is caviar.
I've never had caviar. I'm not to go to the store.
All depends on how much you like fish.
So I could do my Sunday morning eggs Benedict with caviar and champagne. That's a thing, right?
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
What's fun?
Hmm.
Right.
But you almost kind of, but the thing with caviar though is you actually want it almost acidic because you want it to, after the richness of like beluga, the carbonation and like very acidic, dry champagne is going to kind of clean that palate, right?
Right. So enjoy it for a minute before you.
Yeah. This is really soft. There isn't a lot of that acid that I would be expecting from a really dry sparkling wine.
I like it with the cheese, this nasty one.
It's a Fontina.
So
It's from the Leaning Tower of Chiusa.
and the creamy ravioli is also a nice pairing.
I feel like we could say that this one is going. I think it's okay.
Yeah, there's definitely no hints of gasoline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm losing it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Fontina, it really kind of, it just makes it very cheesy.
Yeah, it's kind of really balances, for sure.
I'm not sure how I feel about it with the ravioli. It's not bad. Kind of sour.
So I do love that.
Ravioli is remarkably good. You did an excellent job.
All right. So our second wine, I think it's going to be the Pinot Grigio, because I think was it the Trebbiano? I don't remember which of the. So we got it. Where's our Chilean? I see a
I
bunch of
think
the.
she's got the Chilean one. I don't think we grabbed the Chilean. That's which is fine.
Beyond. Yeah. So
I brought both whites. Actually, I did not. I brought all 5 wines that were listed on the event.
it should have been 6.
It's okay.
No.
I
Or
think we have enough.
unless I didn't list the Carrete. I was pretty sure I did. But Viognier is much more heady. What's that?
There are 6 for tonight.
Well, I missed the Carrete. Okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
We'll just, we'll make do.
So nope. We're gonna go with the Pinot Grigio first, because at least I'm pretty sure it's Pinot Grigio.
Trebbiano.
Or Trebbiano. Either way, Viognier is pretty much your heaviest of your whites, like as in terms of grape wise. So yeah, if you're going in any type of order for whites, just always think that Viognier is going to be the last on your white plate before you move on to the reds.
Is that similar to Chardonnay grade kind of?
It's actually heavier.
So will this grow in a drier, or sunnier region, or this is different style?
Which one, the Trebbiano?
Yeah.
Actually, if I remember correctly, it's on the eastern edge of, like, eastern, sort of on the central south.
Like Marseille region?
Yeah. That's where Trebbiano is usually grown. So I would expect this to be a lot more on the fruity end.
It's a nice color. Okay, so kind of gold straw.
Yeah.
Good clarity. Christmas lights with the behind it.
It's beautiful. I'm a great job with Christmas.
Well, thank you.
Not jealous at all.
A little
I'm
swirl.
gonna make it come to my house.
You already Christmas up your house.
No, you're gonna help me clean out my garage. I mean, not my.
Yeah,
the other
basement,
basement.
yeah.
So those
The
legs
basement that
came
my
down.
ex-husband apparently has
Don't.
dumped everything.
That's nice legs.
Yeah, but they came down really fast.
Yeah.
So this would be more on the, like, somewhere between 11 and 12% alcohol.
Wow. It's actually a weird size.
12 and a half.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, let's give this thing a spin and a sniff.
It's sweet.
Oh, it's very sweet.
I'm getting a lot of pear.
Yes.
Nectarines. This week. Not citrus.
And I can mean.
Tropical fruit, like
Like pineapple.
pineapple.
It's like, you know. what you're doing.
Yeah, I smell pineapple.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting more of that tropical edge of, like, pineapple, almost in guava.
Lava, huh?
I didn't recognize the guava smell. You gave me a
Subtle.
scratch and sniff sticker.
All right. Well,
Tastes like
cheers.
expensive water.
Yeah, not even that much.
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like
Yeah,
this
this
is
is
a
very, very mild.
Very, very mild. But it's still,
Like bitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, it's still very acidic. There's something right on the end of it.
Again, it pairs well with the green olive.
Yeah, and this I would be expecting it more to pair with the green olive just because of how dry it is.
Yeah.
That, salt is going to really soften up, that low pH.
So which one is the saltiest cheese?
You got the pecorino, I think, which is the one in front of you.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh yeah, pecorino.
One good piece?
Yes, please.
It's very bitter at the end.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. It's like it's whatever that finish is. That all of a sudden it gets into like rind, like a citrus rind.
No.
This ravioli is really good
Really?
without the wine.
So you're okay with my selection?
No.
No, it doesn't. I don't think so.
Like a muffin?
Yes, I would like a muffin. Do you know the muffin man?
I do. I do know the muffin.
So what's everyone else pairing with this one? Oh.
Get around.
Apparently, I need a occupation in the food service because if I can nail it.
Pasta with some San Marzano tomatoes and some olives.
Okay.
That's all I had in the house.
You always good.
Yeah, pasta and garlic bread. I kind of like it with the garlic bread.
Yeah, I have a variety of cheeses ranging from soft to hard, Italian meatballs and 2 different types of toasted ravioli. And so far it's gone the best with the soft cheese.
Okay.
Soft cheese.
Yeah, I tried it with the goat cheese and it's not bad.
The arugula is an interesting pairing. Because of the bitterness of the bitterness of the arugula kind of.
I forgot you missed out on the turkey dinner beforehand.
Yeah, turkey dinner in corn.
And speaking of, we did have some plate cheese. I'm gonna try that.
Okay.
Yeah, you left those at my house and I ate them
So I
all.
brought,
By myself.
well, I brought you a second bag.
Yeah, it actually kind of,
I love arugula.
yeah, it actually brought out, more what kind of makes arugula that kind of green, peppery, almost mustard green.
Yeah, different flavor. It's nice.
So say that arugula, say this one, which is big there.
The arugula saves the wine, okay.
Wow, it does taste much nicer with the arugula.
Nice round.
I have a pitcher of water.
That might be it.
The baby sets.
I'm okay for now. I'll get it next time.
We can put it on the table.
I'm not gonna break the wine glasses. I might make.
Famous last words.
Not that.
I think I broke a wine glass.
Make no
Was
promises.
it me?
No,
I-
it was,
Basically, all of it.
but I'm not,
Opa!
just
As long as you're not, that would be sad.
Yeah, so far the best thing is the arugula for me.
Yeah, but I'm, by a lot.
By a lot.
So which ones have you had so far, Diane? 'Cause-
I've had something called Philosur Torontos wines at the edge of the Yuco Valley in Mendoza, Argentina. And it wasn't too bad. It's got a little bit of like the grass, a little bit of heaviness, and I hate to say a little bit of cat piss, but it actually isn't bad.
That was a Toronto's?
Torontos, yes.
Nice selection.
Well, I had only a few whites. I had Portugal, France, and Italy in there with just a few South America. So I had to go with whatever South America I had.
You got yourself stuck over there. How did you do that?
Toasty.
Welcome.
Yeah, we haven't.
Come here.
Nope.
What? For the kids,
The,
like, help them escape. Go. Go on.
No, we went the other side.
There. This one can get through though. The big one here.
Oh, you have no idea what you've just done.
Yeah.
Now the dog is gonna bother the rest of us.
all right, we ready to move on to the Viognier?
Yes. That one, yeah.
Yep, correct.
I mean, it's not as bad as the octopus one, but
Yeah.
The octopus one is not.
Ooh.
Do we
I
not
still have a bottle of the octopus one in my.
I almost brought it.
The one that tastes like alcohol, like gas.
Yeah.
Was that last week? Or
It's a
is that-
petroleum.
I think I heard.
No, so. Good boy.
There you go.
Didn't I have? The octopus was not last week.
Just,
One before. 2 times.
Oh, probably, I don't know. Oh, it's yellower.
Yeah, this one's definitely more on the gold end,
Oh, yeah.
but that's, again, pretty typical of a Viognier.
Okay, so is this the Italy only kind of a thing, or is this something you find in California?
Viognier you can find most places. Viognier is in France. That was the one that is in Northern Rhone. It uses the blending grape with Syrah, where it's like 95% Syrah, like 5% Viognier. And then the Australians also started doing that as well for their Syrahs. Just to give it like a little floral hint.
Okay,
Viognier is one of the few that's an aromatic white as well. So we should be getting quite a bit of aroma from this.
I feel like this is a new experience. Like I'm not familiar with this one.
The reflection of the ground.
But so then this is not a blend, but a lot of the people that use it's great.
Yeah, it's much like kidney broth, where it was strictly a blending grape, but now it's become its own single varietal that people just make pour into a bottle by itself. And that's kind of how Beyond Meat is now.
It's very like.
Is it like the
Mhm.
Keystone Light of wine? Then?
No,
But it stands on its own.
yeah, no, it really stands on its own. Like I said, it's a chewier white. So if you want a white with substance,
Sure.
usually this is like a Chardonnay where you're wanting to pair it with
What?
say buttery
What?
shellfish.
So that might
Bruschetta,
be good
bruschetta,
with the
bruschetta,
green.
bruschetta.
Yeah,
It's not baguette.
Bruschetta.
It's good.
Bruschetta. Who would like some bruschetta?
Okay.
As compared to bruschetta.
It's bruschetta. Look at
Get
One of my colleagues.
Oh, you're
supposed to be
grew
reading
up
the back
in
of
this
the wine with
area.
Italian accent.
Oh, no.
I think she speaks Italian, so she should be the one to provide the accent. Okay.
Sit there,
This
though.
is true. So I thought it's wine.
Uh-huh. You want me to read?
With
With an Italian accent.
from Chile.
Or-
No,
that's
it's from Chile.
Never mind.
You need a Italian accent.
Chile.
Probably not.
I don't even know
What's
what that
Italian nice? What's Italian nice?
That's good. Right. Yeah. You want it with an Italian?
Sure.
Robusta white bitters, ripe melon and pineapple nuts.
All right, so let's do this thing as spin and sniff and see if we get the what was it? You say melon and pineapple?
That's what it said.
I get, yeah.
is.
More than
It's
These are
pineapple.
slower legs. Does it have alcohol?
I can get the melon out of that.
Okay.
I definitely do not.
And a fresh citrus core.
I'm not using that.
What's the percentage of alcohol?
13.5.
See, I'm getting like honeydew and not citrus.
Yeah.
I'm not getting I would expect a sour.
I'm getting
citrus.
Yeah, it's definitely more on that honeydew and
Yeah, yeah.
cantaloupe.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Which is nice.
You like what I was saying.
Ray, you get anything else other
You're
than
my
melon?
friends.
This is a very tropical smell to me.
Okay,
Yeah, I agree.
Amber?
I think we were saying that there's a floor. I think that helps kind of take that helps with
Oh,
that.
I like this one. I could just drink this. I don't
I
even care what anything.
Cheers. Nice movie.
I don't really know what I'm getting, by the way.
What's that?
She doesn't know what she's getting.
Oh, I'm really bad at the smells. Like, I don't know what I'm getting.
She smells wine.
I think you just
It smells
make
like
it up
wine.
and then. Oh, there's too much water. in this.
Oh, really? I want to try them.
Yeah, that's really smooth.
Somehow this makes the garlic not. Wow.
Try it with the arugula.
That's not something.
You saying you don't like garlic?
No, the rule of thumb is if you're following a recipe, if it says garlic, you multiply by 6, and it says sugar, you cut
Okay, I like that rule. That's the best rule I've ever heard.
I don't really get the melon on the palate though.
No, it's more like grapefruit to me.
Oh, wow, I'm loving what.
That citrus core,
Yeah.
really good with the
Yeah,
ravioli.
it is definitely more citrusy than melon.
This is definitely good. Was it girl with feet, Richard?
Oh, I kind of like it with the arugula.
Yeah, yeah.
So, well, let's try the root.
Maybe I'm giving that one some kind of finish. So that was after the
I would be curious about the goat cheese itself.
Oh, wow. The black olives are nice too. It's not as salty.
It's okay with the
other. Yeah.
I like it better with the ravioli.
Yeah, I do too. The garlic really
I feel like I
pops
can't
out.
touch food because it can go with
What a great-
Yeah.
All right. That was good too.
So it's like a herb coaches too.
Oh yeah.
Maybe-
Try it with the thing formerly known as bruschetta.
Bruschetta,
Bruschetta?
bruschetta,
Bruschetta?
just erase shit from your vocabulary and replace it with k.
Bruschetta?
Mhm.
I told you, we had this lesson earlier tonight. The
That was like
CH makes
3 days
K sound.
ago.
Oh, CH with a E or I.
Right, because a C within your eye makes the ch sound.
Bruschetta?
Mhm.
Yeah. Try with that and see if you like it.
Use tomato, county citrus.
Yeah, but not in the same, because tomato, that red lends itself into more almost like the strawberry and cherry, which is why it really interacts well with red wines comparatively to your whites.
But so right, so it's not like the orange or lemon.
Mhm.
But I think the citrus does go well with this beer. The tomato taste pops more,
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is interesting. I like it. I think this one's also not my favorite in the world, but definitely.
I like
What
number
is it
2.
called?
what's it called?
That.
The Carrete Viognier.
Yeah.
Chilean wine.
So now these we're like never going to be able to find in the store. Right? Is that
Most
kind of
likely, yeah.
No, but what
When we go to Chile.
Well, but that's the thing is, so you might not be able to find this winery, but knowing that that particular flavor of Viognier from Chile is going to be, because that's very different from the Viogniers that are in France and Australia.
It's just like the climate or what we
Yeah, yeah, well, all of it, it's all of that, which is bundled into something called the terroir.
Terroir?
Yes,
Is that like an expression?
no, well, it means perfect, Terroir, French
For Earth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is the terroir. But that includes the climate, the soil, everything about that area. And, all of that is what's going to influence, grapes. So even grapes that are grown, 200 miles away from, like say one's in Napa versus one's up in Washington, those same Syrah grapes are going to taste vastly different just because different soil, different sunlight, different everything.
So I was chatting with Sarah earlier today about there are certain tropical islands that are like deserts.
Mhm.
And I was wondering if there was like a tropical vineyard that might be on the dry side of the island or just
Islands, you're not really going to, there's not going to be a way to really minimize
No.
rain.
Mhm.
Even, on a desert, it's
Kirk.
considered a desert.
Yeah, just watch the sports. That like it's brilliant.
Okay.
But it's also that because one of the, we talked about with those mountain ranges, that those are what they call, it's called a range.
Oh, the
There's no, because it's looking peak, so
It's
the
part
range
of the
2 miles still.
Yeah, well, because
I wouldn't
if you got your
I know.
mountain, you got your ocean here. All that moisture is coming in.
There's gotta be some
cheese
humidity.
and all
Yeah,
that was
it stops all of that.
just pepper.
But
Yeah.
with an island, there's always.
Well,
gonna be
It's
some
really good.
humidity.
with tomato.
It's not, that wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, well, so I mean,
I have-
the grapes would grow
we have-
really well.
3 more bottles of
So
wine.
that would be good for wine.
No, well, not for wine
Say
grapes.
what? I know. Shocking. So cool.
Already?
Yeah, like half an hour ago, you were starving.
Think no.
Did you have a turkey?
I did not. I did not participate in the turkey dinner.
Yeah. she did.
All right.
I said I was not willing to waste my.
So what is this parallel? It's like summarize for a second.
Okay, so when I had it with the goat cheese, all I got was pepper.
Okay, so not the goat cheese.
I didn't like it. I liked it with the ravioli, which is shocking because the ravioli is pepper ravioli. So I don't know.
The arugula was really good too.
I liked it.
Yeah, this is, I think it's, so do you think this is
I like it by itself.
representative of this Chilean whatever, or do you think this is like modest compared to, like, would it be more?
Usually, actually, a lot of your Chilean whites are actually going to showcase a lot more green notes to them.
Yeah.
So, this is actually a little bit more, I would say this would probably be, had a lot more sun, so that way it wasn't as kind of restricted, which is what creates those pyrazines. Because as they mature and kind of ripen out, there's the pyrazines that are going to give you that green flavor, start to lessen.
See, this is more sun. So it was like probably up on a mountain.
Yeah. So yeah, other ones in Chile, depending on because there isn't really like a central place like Argentina has Mendoza. There isn't really a central place for Chile. It's along wherever they can. Yeah, there's planting wherever. And
Exactly.
so, if you can find a place with higher elevation, you're probably going to find, and I'd have to research to find which cities or regions that are higher, but I could then recommend, if you want more green to go with, something that is really green pronounced like arugula, that would probably be what you're looking for.
So now, like, I'm only comparing this to a Chardonnay because I think I feel like the closest thing I know.
Yeah.
Like the Chardonnay is more than this. But
Well,
I could take this and go above. that.
Well, so Viognier and Chardonnay are both heavyweights.
Mhm.
So, in terms of like that, how.
Sorry. I need to go out.
And I don't think I've actually started talking about Chardonnay. Now it's like your basic bitch now. So.
No, but really, you could take a Chardonnay or Viognier. You could do a
Rob, my phone's over by the sink. Would you grab that phone?
you could do a malolactic fermentation of Viognier and have it almost taste like an oak Chardonnay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So there we went to there's a Kansas. We did this trolley tour, right? Of these, was it 3 Kansas?
No, it was like more like 4 or 5. That we were
I don't remember. They were not good.
They were
The
bad.
one that was like, and it was several stops in that seemed okay. Because I actually thought of this one.
But it's actually not paid by them.
I also feel like. when
I think
sit at
that,
home and
that
drink wine,
everything that was beforehand was so bad that this one I was like, oh, okay.
Right. And then when you drink it later, you're like,
That's
oh,
not
this
terrific.
is really shit.
Really. And it was because, and she was a chemist who had come
Oh, right. He owned
little
preschool.
and she blah 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 blah. I don't know, whatever. They had there,
But not that one.
and they bought this vineyard in Kansas, and she's a chemist and had like really experimented with the different whatever. And so it was better than the others.
Okay. So, Ray, Diane, Amber, what to pair with for you?
I only have pasta, sorry. I've been on a planned delivery meal plan, and that's, I'm going off it to do this, but
Oh, nice.
I've moved on to the Cabernet Trevenese.
Will you go out this
Wait
one
for
then?
us.
Yeah. So.
Well, she has the alternate.
Oh.
Yeah. So for us, it'll be the Sangiovese, the Cielo d'Oro.
So should we read this in an Italian accent or?
You want me to read that? Yeah. This Italian red is a stylish, polished wine with cherry, mocha, and spice overtones. We love this IGP Rubicon for its ability to embody the distinct, unique character of the noble Sangiovese grape.
I'm getting more Slovakian accent.
Sorry. I didn't.
You got the hand.
I got the.
You got the Japanese hand.
I was like really trying to like pull in my Maria from a few years ago, but it's been
You sound
You're
a while ago. been a while.
I think we need to
People
validate.
did mine in the glass.
Cause I got to play Maria in,
I think
Let me
Rachel's
in.
now the official.
Emma?
You're the first string Italian accent.
I did get, I did
Very
get,
good.
I did get coached.
Rebecca.
Grazie mille. Remember.
All right. So, as we're looking at this one,
This is what wainscoting is for.
what's that?
She's like holding it up against the wall.
Because it's white. You
And I'm all getting green and lights. So I thought it was
know wainscoting are little.
a nice roof color.
And it's all done.
This is actually my least favorite color.
Oh my goodness, really?
But then I do love it. And I think that the ring.
Wow, the nose. Sorry, I'm ahead of things, but the nose is nice.
Oh, really? Because that smells like wet dog.
I'm getting earthy tones.
Yeah, likes it.
That's,
Pretty-
yeah, that's earthy.
Yes.
Wet dogs.
Yes.
Yeah, this is definitely a much more warm area. 'Cause I'm definitely thinking this has a much higher ABV.
All right. Rob, when you go.
Sure.
Because David is not responding because he's got his headphones on. One day again.
But
This has that mineral old growth thing. Like I think that if I were just like blind smelling this, I'd say this is pretty weird.
all right, so let's give this thing a spin and a swirl.
That's not like,
Does it?
no, mine
What's
does.
the-
Yeah, this is
Does the bottle say it's like this one? Or did I get that?
Not in my glass.
I said this was the tangent.
I mean, I've got, I,
12.5.
I'm on my second set of legs now, so.
I've got strange little like spots
Yeah,
Yeah.
on the legs.
yeah, it's running, it's
Yeah.
running.
Maybe that's maybe the bus is dirty.
Here we go, third run.
All right, so let's give this thing a spin and a sniff.
It smells a little bit better now than I spun it around, but it's kind of like
Smells like
fingernail polish remover.
butterscotch or
Really?
caramel or
Butterscotch,
something.
really.
I don't know.
I mean, I like the wine smell. I'm getting wine smell. Like this smells like I want to keep on.
I'm definitely
See,
getting
I
earth
really
tones.
like the smell of like gasoline and turpentine and
You
fingernail
do?
polish remover. Yeah, I really do. And so that's what this is.
So it's working for you? I'm getting earth tones.
I get the typical like cherry,
Right.
but I'm also getting like more leather and amber.
English
I
leather?
wonder if this is one of those that would do well if you like poured it in a decanter.
Yes.
Because every time I smell this, I'm smelling something different.
Yeah.
Like
me
each
too,
time
actually.
it's getting
Yes.
a little bit richer, a little bit deeper.
Well, we opened it.
Let me
in the
scroll.
box.
This is a 2019. So I mean, this
Those are pretty fresh.
yeah, that's
I like
real
mine.
fresh.
Yeah, very fresh. I'm dying.
Cielo d'oro, is it
Cielo.
sky of the eye of the sky?
It's gold.
Yeah,
So
gold,
it's
gold.
like golden sky or golden clouds kind of
Golden
thing.
sky, okay.
My nose is like
I know.
saturated with like flavors and smells.
I'm not.
Do you get like
loving
a
that
spice, like
smell.
a?
Mine is good. It has almost a buttery taste.
I was thinking that too,
Leather.
a black pepper.
Leather for sure.
Yeah, something like between, like halfway between those with you.
Yeah, or maybe a combination. Cheers. Cheers. Right finish.
Does it taste like anything?
It has a flavor for sure. It's just how you explain it.
Corn?
I'll buy that. There's a ground. Yes.
Adjuncts?
To me, it tastes like dried cherries.
Oh, wow. I think it's pretty nice with the meatball calzone,
It's kind of a meatball.
al carbona.
Mhm.
So the cherry is kind of it's like way on the back. There's there's definitely more of that kind of like
I think the heart is really that.
You
Like
guys
it's
just stayed amazing.
not quite like
What
a piece of
cut
ice.
is it?
It's New York stuff.
Because it's
Yeah. the
it
steak
melts
is
like
very good.
butter. Melts like butter in your mouth.
Yeah, it's a good pairing with this
Oh, it
wine.
melts, okay.
Yeah, pair this with this wine. It's nice.
I wish Nicole was on the call because I had a totally Florida moment about a half an hour ago. I heard something rumbling outside and I checked, is there any thunder out there? No, there's no thunder. And then I'm like, okay, NASA must be having a launch. Is there a launch? No, there's no launch. And then like, the only other thing is like a nuclear power plant, like not, not too far from here. But I didn't see anything. So I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the UFO. It was a Florida moment.
Where in Florida are you?
Like the Stewart area, just north of West Palm Beach, kind of right, not too far from where Dan Smith lives.
Oh, Dan Smith, yeah. We're besties. I don't know who that is, sorry.
Well, he's always posting about Stewart, so that's right in our area.
Yes.
No,
Oh, yeah.
red fruit with red sauce. The thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, San Giovese is, it's typical, like main fruit note is going to be like red bean cherries. But this is a lot more
I want to eat
like
steak.
muted.
I got steak.
You know, that for me, it's,
I just ate 3 bites and it was so.
I mean,
Maybe that this is a cheddar tomato, right?
It is a, I don't remember what it is. Guys, I'm sorry. It's the package.
Okay, cheddar with an earthy wine is good, right?
It's a garlic tomato
But not that.
something.
Yeah, it's a nice food.
It's not really.
But the vocetta, try the vocetta.
yeah, it's
Bruschetta.
Do that too.
Oh,
it's bad.
That's a good cheese. You did a good job picking a good cheese.
Yeah.
thank you, Aldi.
There was this big article I read that changed my life, but like explain like the reason my grandma told like Costco recipes or nothing but tuna milk or cream Washington bread.
No,
Part of it is no being time because you didn't have grub over restaurants. You know what I mean? It's like this whole thing, like food wasn't available. Like I couldn't go to the store and get a tomato and cheese. And now we can. And I think that that's incredible. Like this is a great time to be alive.
Yeah, I agree.
Even with all of the
And
problems.
not just like Campbell soup and that's it.
Right.
That meatball. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's,
Finally, someone appreciates my cooking.
no, well, it really brings up time.
listen, I appreciate your cooking so much.
Every time you do it,
Every
she didn't have
single
to.
Yes, oh my God. It's
My
my
husband made homemade cranberry sauce and he made some potato pancakes on Thanksgiving. German's potato pancakes, yes.
The cranberries pair well with this?
I don't know if it would pair well with this.
How's the
I'm
altar?
sorry, I'm off topic.
favorite cranberry.
You're hot, that's it.
Well, I think yours was wasn't it a cab? Was it a cab Sangio?
What?
It almost sounded super dusty.
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Cabernet Trevenese.
So it's just Cabernet. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's just Cabernet from the
Backwards.
Trevense or yeah, the Trevencia region.
Where's that? Venice? I mean, I see Venezia in there.
Venezia is Venice.
Yeah, but Trevencia.
I guess I need.
European, so hold on.
Wow. I just know that it is a region.
I finished my wine.
I'll Google
Me too.
Oh my gosh.
This one's actually pretty good.
It's in the north near,
So you know?
is it historic?
Trevenese.
So
Not a robot, Google.
the area included what would become the 3 Italian regions of.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Sicilian Venice.
And
Tre Veneto. So Veneto is the area around Venice. So around there.
They can't go first.
Not in Venice, but right outside of it.
Okay.
Yeah, right outside of the. I mean, that's where like Prosecco really is.
The Veneto, west is there?
Then turns out.
What is the
You're
city?
good.
Oh, Verona, where Romeo and Juliet's set. Really neat city.
It's the most beautiful town.
All right, well, we're on. Ooh. We're on to the Pollo, or Pollo Pazzo.
Pazzo?
Yep.
Rachel, you do the honors?
Okay, Pollo.
Pollo.
No,
It's not
they don't do the Y
Spanish.
sound.
They don't do the,
They
They
don't.
don't spell it, it's open.
Oh, whoops. I'm that old lady. I really that way.
But Rachel, you do that.
Yeah, it's an ancient play. I can't do it right now. I'll tell you my speaking Italian story later.
Okay.
Where old world meets new world and the heart, I can't read this. Because I'm old.
all right. Sicily is an ancient place where old world meets new world. And this hearty new red blend takes Venus inspiration from both. The old world influence gives a savory food flavor character, while the new world provides a fruity punch and velvet texture to the structured, complex Italian blend.
Rock on.
Mediterranean accent.
Thank you for
Totally too good, dude.
Southern California, Keanu Reeves thing down.
Oh, I was going more for like, in a world.
So this should be good with the steak and
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely with the tomato based.
Yeah. So this one's mostly Cabernet, and
I'm working on
I think it was like 15% Merlot.
Why would you mix Cabernet?
Oh, that's, yeah, I mean, that's like any of your Bordeaux blends from France are some mixture of Cabernet and Merlot with something else like, wow, like Carmenere or Cab Franc blended in.
What year is
Love
that?
Bordeaux.
A little brownness.
There's a lot of Bordeaux in that
it.
other Costco wine box.
Yeah, I can't wait for the next one, because yeah, there was a lot of different, well, you had a lot more Bordeaux than our baskets did.
So
And had I known there were 2 boxes, I would have looked for the other one. I just went in there. I was stunned to see it was in there. I'm so excited. So
Yeah.
otherwise they sold out of the first one. Maybe it's not.
They sold out of the first one here in 2 days.
Yeah.
Because I went back for another one. and it was gone.
Yeah, I don't think you can get the region. I think it's per region.
I do remember reading that they were gonna be cheap this year.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Can you get them?
Like, did you see 2 different
I
boxes
did
when
not
you were
see
there?
it.
So that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Because Costco buys locally, like,
Right.
usually.
I'm getting a little hint of brownness in this coloration.
It's not the bright red. It's a little darker.
Oh, yeah,
It's
it's
a little
definitely
deeper.
like garnet.
Garnet.
Yeah.
Ray, where are you located, Ray?
Chicago.
I'm in Chicago.
Yeah.
Oh, Chi-County.
Not counting the town.
I'm definitely not getting any room variation, which, I mean, for
That's true.
2019,
Big speculation.
yeah.
You're saying there was a clear one. It's something to do with the alcohol.
Well, yeah, well, I mean, there's the clear line, which is kind of like your, you know, a little bit of alcohol.
And
But
that's
what you're really looking for is if it starts to really transition into more like a brown. Let's see that. Yep.
Well, where's my 1982 wine?
It's in
We're
the-
we're definitely
where-
gonna
where-
see
where-
a transition
Oh
to
my
that.
gosh.
So, all right, well, let's give this thing a smell.
Plums.
It definitely, yeah. So it's, you call that black cherry, right?
Black raspberry or black cherry?
Blackberry.
Blackberry.
So either go red fruit or black fruit. It's more specific. I like.
You're using blackberry?
It's very fruity. It's not like the mineral-y. It's not
Right.
milky,
Not
it's
going
not
hard
the
thumbs.
leather, yeah.
I smell dirt.
It's not
Dirt? You're getting our thumbs?
Yes.
Dirt.
Matcha.
Well, I'm sorry, dirt is what's under your fingernails.
It could also be like PED or something.
PED?
I'm not getting it. I'm just getting fruity.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm not getting the foodie. I am definitely.
You're
Definitely
really
the
loving
stone
it.
fruits to me.
Like I would
It's like, you know, cherry or
Yeah, cherry and plum and.
Maybe black cherry.
Volantis.
I
But I
kind of like the way
it a
this
lot.
smells.
Me too, it's nice. Ray, Amber,
Lamont.
what you guys got?
So you like that?
Plum, lots of plum.
Like food
Yeah.
prep,
Lots of
like
what?
Definitely plum.
frozen and eat it for like 2 weeks or whatever. You like food prep?
Yeah, more the dark fruits. I was thinking dark cherry.
So I go back
No,
and forth
it
between
reminds me
something
of,
like
like,
a really vegetable eats for 5 days. So this would be.
Spanish moss
And
or
then I'll do like
Really?
tacos.
moss for sure.
Yeah, I'm not getting-
You don't
it's
think
not-
this would be better with the
It
cutlery?
is not.
No, this would be more. than-
I don't
Like,
think it's
it's like
at
a
all.
weird, it's like a weird balance. Like
I've
usually
never done a one.
with old world, you get mostly that.
So it's really not. Right.
And with new
It's not
world, you get
it's
a lot of fruit. And this,
And
I can't really
It's like eating steamed.
tell the
steamed
difference
broccoli.
between it. It's
It's
almost, to me, it kind of smells like cherry coke.
Yeah.
I guess
Nothing between
Yeah.
cherry and plum.
yeah,
Like a flat cherry coke.
Yeah.
is that a good thing or?
yeah.
Sorry to put that in your mind.
No, it's kind of like with, ooh, I wonder how this would be with chocolate.
Well, let's find out.
Well,
have
we
it?
have chocolate.
We do?
We have
Oh.
chocolate for sure.
Actually, just reach right up there.
Brought the bachelor bag of M&Ms.
No, that's,
Oh.
yeah, no, you had it right.
Wow.
Little cocoa nibs.
Yeah. Ah.
All right.
Did
So
you get one?
let's give this thing a sip. Cheers.
I have a Spanish wine that matches. So it's like grape, cherry, La Mancha.
Oh, it's much fruitier than it smells.
It's fruitier, but there's a dry weirdness to it.
La Mancha. Why is it backwards?
What is it?
That's cherry for sure.
The chocolate's almost too much.
Oh, I'm gonna try with this.
Come Amber's never on camera.
What's that?
Amber, where'd she go?
She's there. She's just not on camera.
She's
I
over
just usually don't have my camera on.
Actually, I feel like this
I
does.
think I need
get
a
really
piece
well
of-
with the chocolate.
The spaghetti is what? Tasty. Really cold now. It is a little chilly.
I love that we're just having these like ongoing during the pandemic. That's awesome.
I almost like got cherry cola.
pasta with red sauce. Always a win.
Yeah.
The cheese with tomato is really nice here too. It kind of softens it with the fats.
I do like it with the pasta and red
Yeah.
sauce.
Especially, well, it's the red sauce with that little bit of the basil. But again, for something that's mostly Cabernet, it kind of makes sense, you know, because Cabernet, what you're looking for is mostly black fruit with some red fruit. But the other, main part to a Cabernet is that vegetal green note. And so, if you kind of pair those kind of things together, where you have something red or, actually the balsamic in the steak also goes really well.
Well, the root of this one is actually interesting how.
Yeah, that would be like super green.
This is a, like a soy and vinegar kind of thing.
Yes, it's oil and vinegar and lemon juice.
Is it just like you do balsamic or like a,
Balsamic. Yeah, it's the one that Rico brought from Modena.
or your balsamic was special,
Like real.
which is entirely different.
It's a nice pairing.
Yeah, I had to shake it up a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, the cork disintegrated. You can use like a glass cork from another bottle.
I did just drink that.
Oh, yeah.
Artist.
No, there is.
Took an
Artist coming.
that's
What's
like
good with it?
drinking
One
grade
side
that
is the lid, it's
they drink after dinner.
Just like one leaf.
What was
So-
that?
One leaf.
Okay.
I was already in Europe today. I took an Artist of Provence class. It was really awesome with, it was talked all about Van Gogh and Matisse and Cezanne. So I feel like I've already been to Europe today. Now I'm back again. I know you guys are probably in South America. I'm still in Europe. I'm in Italy.
Yes.
Peru is the best.
I love the nuttiness of Peru.
Me
I-
too.
I'm just gonna start taking the root on wine to work so much.
With strawberries, it goes well with peaches, it goes well with all, with
So I wish-
cranberry.
Doing the vinegar I would make with strawberries and blueberries, super food or whatever. They're gone to shit. It's winter.
Yeah.
Anything.
Out of season. You need to season. You need to figure out what's good, like fish. Bluefisk. maybe?
Oh my God, no.
I tried fish last week and
No, what wine guys will lie?
Nothing,
You tried like fish. last
nothing
week.
pairs well with
fish.
food.
Grappa?
Maybe
Yeah,
vodka.
like
Vodka.
ouzo.
Yeah.
Vodka.
Ouzo.
Vodka would be a good.
Where's the licorice?
What?
Where's the licorice?
Oh, it's, oh.
Fireball. Fireball.
Oh, I can't wait to drink my last sip of vodka.
Yeah, grappa, just because you need something the strength of, engine cleaner to,
I have some
rinse your
grappa.
mouth
I
out.
have some octopus wine. That would be,
I have some grappa that we brought back with us that we've known.
Really?
I
I'm
mean,
sure I have some grappa as well at my house. Really?
Ages and ages ago.
Yeah, for in.
I've got something that
probably
was
not
made
good.
from Riesling grapes, and it's not bad. I have some other stuff that just is terrible.
I'm sure this is made from gas.
You ate this, somebody ate a bunch of.
Get up.
Yeah.
Somebody ate a bunch of black or licorice.
Yeah,
it's
because
not
they
gonna
ate
be-
like 40 pounds a day.
I mean, it was more than usual.
Where? When? What?
I want to say in Maine or somewhere in New England, a guy ate probably a bag like this every day. I've had this bag.
Was it a whole bag?
For a
Yeah,
minute.
that's really some.
No,
bag?
he was eating like a pound a day. And it killed him. But you know,
Probably causes cancer if you drink 14 gallons of it a day.
It does? Did not know
don't
that.
tell him.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. Of course.
I would
Look at
drink-
me
There's
pouring
no such-
left-handed.
No such thing as too much.
But grappa is made from pumice, comparatively to
Wait. Say that again.
pumice.
Okay, that's what I thought you said.
It's like powder.
No, like
So-
volcanic dust.
No, it's what they call, so after you crush the grapes. Or,
Oh, okay. Thinking like a pumice stone.
Oh, yeah.
Not
Probably
hummus.
too.
Hummus.
pumice, Pommace.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Not PU in my ass.
what they do is after they crush all of that and separate the juice, the trash that's left behind, the skins, the seeds, the stems, they blend that up into a slurry which has sugar in it, and they ferment it.
That becomes real.
No.
Is it good?
I like
Is
it.
it good with the liquor?
I like it. But I can only take like 10 bites.
I'm not a wine.
And then after they ferment that sugary mash into, with some kind of alcohol, then they distill it, and that's what becomes grappa.
Effectively, the Keystone Light is one. Like you take the shit
You really
erase
just
it
need a Keystone wine, don't you?
It's basically what Bush Lady.
No, that's
Keystone is. They take the shit that floats to the top, scrape it off.
Oh, come on.
Maybe that's not good.
No,
But it's big.
They use rice adjunts.
The Keystone Light / like Natty Ice of wine is probably like Goliath Reds.
Natty Ice.
$2
Or
off.
Boone's Farm.
Well, I mean that's bum wine.
And they call 45 beer.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Mark Wahlberg. Natty Ice.
Wow.
What?
With the licorice, it is a completely different flavor.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
All right. man.
What's next?
All right, so our last one is our Argentinian Malbec.
Our last wine.
Yeah.
Our
Pasarica.
Feeling this out. So who wants to read the label?
I'm telling you, I have old lady eyes.
Right here.
Oh my God.
Yeah, glasses. I think your glass go the other way.
Not
Yeah.
many grapes can achieve the feat that Malbec has done in Mendoza. Tastes as
Mendoza?
good as,
I'm like,
Mendoza.
dude,
Not
I just
better.
had reading glasses lined up for the community, and people just keep lining up and taking them. Back 2 days later.
Someone's presenting.
you done? You good? You good?
I'll wait. That's my teacher voice. I'll wait. Are you ready?
Tastes as good as, if not better, than its ancestral home in France. Ours is a robust, dark, and silky smooth wine that works equally well with food as on its own.
Luckily, we have food.
All right.
You can eat it, you can drink it with food or without.
Really? I like wine so you can do without. Oh, it's food.
I feel like since you work with little kids, I kind of like bring you some experience.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna move you all now.
Who's the presenter now?
You, I don't know. Like, okay, I have a fifth grade teacher who does not allow any of her students to unmute themselves, which is a pain in my ass. But I would kind of appreciate that with the kindergartners.
Still there's some color.
Yeah, this is somewhere right between like that garnet, almost purple.
brown.
I would say
I said,
brown.
Maybe a dark one.
Outside.
Yeah. Like I said, it's on that edge between garnet and purple.
That's what mine is, but it's Spanish cab. It's still good. La Mancha. It's like a Malbec. Closest one to a Malbec.
Oh, no, that smells good.
So spoiled.
Yeah, it's now I'm interested. But
What's
I
the?
want to see what the ABV is. It should actually be kind of nice.
So I want to make a guess.
14, 13 and a half.
I
Go 13. What do you got?
I'm going with 14.5.
14.5. Rachel?
I go 13.
Okay, what do you got for
15.8.
15, 13.
13.
Oh, 13. Like, is 15 a thing?
Oh yeah,
I wonder,
you can get like there's some California cabs that get over 16.
Really?
so I think like if we go from 1 line to 2 line to 5 line, these legs become more pronounced. I think you're even training your class almost, right? Is that a thing?
Really, I mean, it'll sort of coat, but I mean, even if you pour something else in, it's not like all of a sudden it's holding on to whatever you last had in there. But okay, well, let's give us a swirl and sniff. Ooh.
I smell like cinnamon.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay, so you're getting baking spice.
yeah.
That's what makes
Like
me
in
think
vanilla.
It's what the vanilla is what makes me think it smells more.
Well, vanilla would just be that it's been poked.
And there's a green, there's a red, like a raspberry, that's hard.
Has it been open? I'm definitely getting like black cherry or raspberry.
Travel in a glass.
On me, I'm not getting much red fruit.
What do you do?
I'm getting actually a lot of blue fruit, like blueberries. Yes.
Really? Okay.
Okay.
Like to
I'm
me,
getting the raspberry.
raspberry. Okay. Like to me, this smells like raspberry yogurt.
Yeah.
Or not raspberry, but blueberry yogurt.
Yeah.
Maybe you go to food cheese.
Well, I mean, considering this is a an Argentinian Malbec, I'm already buying the steak. That is, yeah, there is probably nothing better for steak, especially with like a chimichurri, than an Argentinian Malbec.
There's an interesting about back in the Shiraz, they're pretty close, right?
No, totally different grapes. Let's see. I mean, Malbecs. So actually, well, yeah, because like a Shiraz is Syrah, which is like a heavyweight, while your Malbec is more like medium to like medium heavy.
Like it is. So this is a, you know,
Love Malbec.
neighborhood with a little more.
Well, Pinot Noir is going to be white.
Yeah.
That is like featherweight
So,
class.
so this is way up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Between that and Cabernet.
Yeah. This is more in the range of like Zinfandel or maybe a light cab. Because light cab is more in the medium to heavy.
Okay, I'm not drinking any Zinfandels either. I just like it is.
Yeah, Zinfandels are more on like the medium body. But, okay. Wow. Ooh. Actually, must be almost like a clay chalk.
Really? Is it like a
Yum.
is it like a chewing on limestone? Like a limestone?
It's hard to understand what you're saying.
What's that, Dan?
He said it's hard to understand what we're saying.
Oh,
We're getting like a clay and a,
like a chalk.
does that make sense? Oh, you ready? What do you get? Amber?
Very sweet smelling to me, but I'm not necessarily picking out any particular scent beyond the fact that it smells very sweet.
You think that sweet could align with the vanilla maybe?
It's very possible that, yeah, vanilla will hit those like sweet receptors in your nose.
Interesting mouthfeel.
Not what I expected it to taste like.
The mixed bag, the Costco wine Advent Calendar.
There's a sweetness in the like it finishes
Oh, wow.
something weird at the end. But it's a different drink.
Yeah, it's got the slightest amount of residual sugar that's offsetting any type of acidity that's in it. When they say velvety smooth, it is definitely velvety. Like if I was blind tasting this, I would swear this is Merlot.
So I think there's an acidity when it first hits your tongue. And it's like, I think it takes a second for those sugars to hit you, maybe.
Is this the Malbec?
Yes.
This does not taste like a Malbec.
No. Malbecs, you're expecting a lot of like blackberry and black pepper, like huge amounts of black pepper. And this has neither.
So this might be one of those where maybe like the yeast stopped a little early and then they just said, oh, okay, you can take our frozen batch.
Yeah, well, it's because what I'm going to guess is that this was harvested a little too late. And so that's why it's one, it has a little bit more sugar than usual. But it also doesn't have a lot of those like kind of grippy, acidic notes and tendencies that a typical Malbec would have.
But they don't. Like,
Thank you.
they
Not
measure,
one.
like they have a hydroscope or they measure the wine before
Like the
they
bricks,
stop.
yeah.
Yeah,
They
so they
have a
don't.
spectrometer that they usually do that with. But sometimes
Better with the.
just depending on like the labor, you might not, they're still doing it by hand.
They're just saying on the Russian market, that could be a thing.
Yeah.
I think I need my sweater. That one's it's really good with roast beer.
Whose house are we at in Kansas City?
What's that?
Whose house are we at? Are we in Kansas City? Is that where we are?
Yeah.
My house.
Oh, I love your dining room. I never quite see you on the videos.
Yeah.
She's always
I
hiding.
hide on purpose, but thank you very much.
You notice we centered the camera on these guys.
Yeah.
You were at Rachel's house because she's the nicest
So
house.
this is one of my best friends, and we call her affectionately Type A minus. Type A minus. Because everything she does is,
Really well
oh my
done.
God. Like,
Nice, yes, it's beautiful. And Sue, you look like a great cook. I'm always envious of your spread every.
I think it's what.
that is a proof that we're here. We spent 2 weeks talking about what we're gonna do for the
Actually,
next
it's a true
wine
story.
tasting. Yeah. So.
Nice.
And I hope you can come back for the French wines.
I might not be back that soon.
But seriously, like,
March
really,
already.
I was looking at Virginia,
France.
so.
Well, we also have some chicken at the pop we wanted to try with you. So it'd be nice if you could like
find.
Oh,
the-
nice.
where we could get together.
Okay. Well, I mean, well,
I know,
You
I'm
know, you
serious
have
about the
wine,
Virginia
but
wine
it's
tour.
yeah.
Virginia wine tour in March.
Uh,
It's gonna be
If
March.
you can't go to France, if you can't go to France for the French wine tour, you might be able to go to Quebec City. They're kind of in our continent.
Canada's being kind
Not right now, yeah.
We wanted to go to New York for a couple of days next week and forget it. They want you to get a test before you go and then quarantine for 3 days and then get another test. And we only wanted to go like for the day, so it's not happening. So-
My oldest lives in Brooklyn. So he was gonna come home for Thanksgiving and decided not to because who knows what's gonna happen.
My oldest is in Santa Fe and he got quarantined for 2 weeks, so he's coming to visit.
While under.
I'm glad when this is over. I'm so sick of this, so sick of this.
Part of the black licorice, it's like a complete takes off.
I hope the wine tastings continue because they're awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
I
but
think the thing we
seriously,
learned is that it's wonderful to be able to attend stuff in other cities like that you don't have to fly to, and this should continue afterwards because it's awesome. And maybe you want to make a living off it. Maybe we should pay you or
So what I
something.
think maybe we need to do is, it's like route the total wine shipments through you to me. Because I can't have wine shipped to my house anymore because of the food loss. And then give you like a 5%. Like, it's fine.
I have one of these.
That's amazing.
What's working for you with the pairing, Richard?
It's really good with the arugula, by the way.
I don't know, like I said, I'm loving it with the steak.
It's very good with
Yeah,
steak.
very good.
It's really good. I like,
How's it with the?
it does not taste like a
meatball
Malbec to
calzone?
me.
That's what I was about to try.
But-
It did work with the bread stuff. With the spaghetti. That was.
Yes, yes. Well done, Rachel. The red sauce?
I'm reliving the 80s with Chicago. I was listening to some nice Christmas music, but isn't it weird how some music can take you right back to like another decade? And like Chicago is totally like, the power ballads from like the 80s. It's
Oh, yeah. No, REO Speedwagon will take me right back to high school.
my high school was like 99 Luft balloons. That was like
Oh, yeah.
everyone was trying to destroy the planet by nuclear war. That was the big drama that was going on then.
oh, it is very different with this.
Yes, yeah, the whole.
You're not like 60, you're not keeping missile crisis full.
Well, it was the 80s, but yeah.
Were you, who was the guy before Gorbachev was Khrushchev, right?
Oh God, I don't know. When 84, I graduated. I know, I'm old.
So 89 is when Gorbachev and Reagan dropped it.
Oh yeah, when that whole thing ended.
When did
Yeah.
you graduate, Kurt?
25 years.
I graduated a year early.
They had a policy in my school and I could have done that. And my years ended it.
So my parents, I told them, so here's what happened. My boyfriend broke up with me and I was heartbroken. And I was like, I want to graduate early. And my parents were like, yeah, okay, whatever. Go ask your counselor, thinking that the counselor would say no way. Well, the counselor looked at my record and she's like, oh, yeah, no problem. What do you want to do?
Well, so I come from a farm community where people always graduate early. Like maybe not like my year, but in the history of school.
Really?
To go work on a farm. That's what they did.
Yeah, who cares?
So I've had jobs since I was like 12, so.
Yeah, who's that? Basil.
Yeah,
Which is like eating licorice, so.
so what's the next one?
Well, I think that's it for our, for the tasting. But,
However, here we are.
So you have-
to address your concern, Diane.
Right? What?
I'm definitely gonna, even after everything like opens back up, say that all these lockdowns and everything, stops tomorrow. I'd still be planning to do these at least once a month.
I was already a shut-in before this whole thing happened because of my husband's job. So I'm happy with doing online stuff. So.
Okay, so I design apartments. That's what I do for a living. That's a huge conversation now. It's like, this is going to be forever. Like, we're not always going to have to wear masks, and they're gonna let bars open, stay open till 3 or whatever. But they're saying it's like we're no longer going to have a big gathering. That's just done now. We're going to design spaces where you can
I don't
just,
know about that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nobody's not a pandemic though.
there are pandemics every few
100 years.
100 years.
I see those more often, like the wineries in Temecula, at least the ones on the backside, we're already saying that hell or high water, they're having their event in April.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And I mean, I think that to say that there aren't going to be big events is naive and stupid because people already aren't willing to deal with this as it is.
Yeah, I'm not saying no concerts. I think that goes back to normal, but I'm saying these people that spend like $60-80 million on a building are saying, we're going to start advertising greater air changes. So we're going to start like pushing.
Okay,
this shit
okay,
like,
that makes sense. That makes sense.
But they still have like gyms and stuff, right?
So we'll have, so I think the idea is instead of like a big exercise room, maybe you have 3 smaller ones.
Okay.
So then you can kind of start, you're going to look at smaller groups, limiting some of that way.
Makes sense.
Personally, I'm thinking that after this is all over, there's going to be a bit of a culture shift, much like Japan and Korea did during their SARS outbreak, many years ago, where it'll be that for those that are, expressing some type of sickness, they wear the masks and people will look at you really poorly if you're like, oh, I'm just like, and masks.
Oh, kind of like now.
Yeah, I saw them with masks over in Thailand, and whenever you travel in Asia, they were wearing masks just as a rule. Yeah.
Yeah, when we lived in Japan in the late 90s, people wearing masks was no big deal.
Yeah.
Also, we're entering the age of Aquarius. So those 2 stars that are coming together up there, they're
Jupiter, Saturn.
They're moving from Capricorn into Aquarius. This is it, man. So
Are you-
the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius.
literally happening, and you can watch it because they're right there, really good.
Aquarius. Harmony and understanding, sympathy and abounding.
Hey, how much did you guys have to drink before this started?
I was
What's that?
just gonna tease them that
What are you drinking, drinks?
so one of the things that we'll be having after we kind of end this is
Well, that's not fair.
whoa.
That's not
Oh.
fair.
Life is not fair, guys.
Jealous.
I don't know if you didn't learn this in elementary school.
Come on, Ray, why aren't you here?
Things are not fair.
I'm not anywhere. I'm in pre-surgical quarantine. I don't get to leave my house until my surgery.
Caramel sex juice.
Stop exhaling.
So now
Wait,
Amber knows.
Caramel sex juice.
It's
really
amazing.
good.
You'll love it.
What is caramel sex juice?
It's something that Richard makes, and it's
Oh,
amazing.
Well, Richard, I want you to send some to us too. So
All right.
Oh, Schloss Übermensch. That means Castle of the Overman.
Ubermensch?
Übermensch.
Chateauneuf du Pape, isn't that from the Avignon area? Isn't it like that south of France? Chateauneuf du Pape?
What is that?
That's all that's on there.
Yes.
Okay.
Here's my.
Because it's one of the ones. It's my famous.
Now, what is that that's on that
Oh.
tray? That's what I want to know.
Chocolate shot glasses.
Übermensch.
Oh,
I don't know why you're so proud of this.
It's really old. It's like almost as old as you.
It's graduation
It is-
year for
it
me.
is almost.
We're the best. You don't need me.
I was 4.
She was 4 and I was graduating from
No
high school.
chocolate and my chocolate. This is for later.
Yeah. I was gonna say, we've got other grown-up wine, before we go to the desserts.
Oh, real grown up there, Richard. Real grown up.
Schloss
Your grown-up
Übermensch.
sex wine.
Which actually kind of goes with the German theme.
Oh, yeah. I get it. It's an adult wine with the sex caramel, whatever. Not grown up, but adult.
I have a tawny dessert wine from Kansas.
I think we should do a Bordeaux trip, like the minute this is.
Got
over.
vanilla and Latino in there.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
I'm all about a Bordeaux trip. If you're talking about Bordeaux, France.
Bordeaux, France, south,
Seriously, I'm not joking about the March, Virginia.
I'm not either, but I really want to do that.
Oh, yeah, I'm for Virginia too. That's fine. Virginia's fine too.
Much vacation.
So Diane, Ray, Amber, Virginia, March.
What?
Yeah, I've got a friend I mentioned
Friend
it
of
to
the
you.
Yeah, we're planning at least I and now Sarah is now planning, yeah, in March, we're gonna probably go out to Virginia and check out all the wineries out there.
Nice.
Financial, just have the foodie group. and a
Eastern
bunch of
Virginia.
Oh yeah, Eastern Virginia.
Oh,
Yeah, I've got
Left, right, east, west.
stop
a
it.
friend in Ruckersburg and
So
Charlotte.
There's a website and there's like Virginia's for lovers and then Virginia's for wine lovers. There are 300 or more vineyards in Virginia. And I've been to a few around Charlottesville, which is
Yeah, I've been to a beer place.
Go to Norfolk.
Some little beer brewing place that's on a farm.
and
If you go to, like,
I'm
Norfolk or
really
Virginia
intrigued by
Beach,
that.
you
I'm
can't
like,
go
I want to
around
go to the one in Berryville.
Yes,
Just
that's
because
true.
it's in Berryville.
We're stationed in
And Monticello, I've been to
Virginia Beach.
Like not non-military people, it's just not there.
But, you know,
That's where my eldest is.
once we start to.
You know, Palos will go. Palos will go.
Yeah, I know Paula's, and I think Bethany is.
Yeah.
She was down for checking them out too.
I know some friends.
That's cool. That'd be fun to see them again. I saw Bethany at one of the AGs.
I will invite him along.
He would like it too much, but can't have that.
I know, I was talking today, I was like, you know who would really like these like food pairing evenings?
Really, I'll kick him in the shins, trip him.
Our family in
We should,
Virginia Beach, so I'm
actually.
not gonna go.
We're pretty sure that's vinegar.
I'm really eager to
Like
try it though.
97%.
But it's like 38-year-old wine.
You know what?
Yeah.
Let's open it.
Where's the course?
I mean, I almost wish I would have brought my Coravin. I was not expecting.
No.
Party foul.
That will break the foil.
So have you guys all been working from home? Are you actually going to offices or how does that work?
I'm gonna work from home and I think I will for a year now.
I'm remote until April.
I teach school and we were in person until this past Monday. We are the next 3 weeks before winter break. Teachers are still in the building, but students are 100% remote.
Yeah, I don't understand why they force students back to school, but I guess it's so parents can go to
We're in
work.
Kansas.
Well,
It's
okay.
important.
It's
Free
not that they're
babysitting.
forced back. They have the option.
They did, and I had 20% of my students who were fully remote, and so I teach the students in person, and I'm zooming, the other kids zoom in, so they're on their
I have
iPads.
that thing you have.
The entire school day. So it's a struggle, it's a struggle to teach to them, and I've done everything digital. Everything is, I don't write on the chalkboard anymore, the whiteboard anymore. And we don't do anything manipulatively, everything's digital.
Imagine, it's a challenge no matter what you do, because if you send them to school, then it's a challenge. If
Yeah.
you keep them home, it's a challenge. There's no good answer in this
No,
pandemic.
there isn't, there isn't. And we did 4 days in class, and then
Usually I have
Fridays,
a
everybody
a
was
very
remote,
good
and it's a half day of
strainer.
classes and half day of planning
So,
for teachers, so that everybody gets the experience of being online. But with quarantines and
So that
students
was
being
real
sick
life.
and still zooming in, I think everybody is at least on 1 day, full day of
I'm gonna go check.
remote learning. So everybody was used to it, and we just finished our first week of that.
Yeah.
Rachel,
We'll see.
you have an aerator with a strainer?
or just some cheesecloth.
Could you get
Yeah.
that, please? I think we're gonna need it because service
Okay, I'll be right back.
was really manhandling that for.
Well, usually for older wines, what I have, I think I showed
You
it.
get the thing in your hole, right?
No, I've got something that actually has like,
Two metal things?
yeah, it's got like two, like, just really thin
My parents
blades
have that.
that go on
yeah.
the sides.
My parents have that, with like little fish hooks at the bottom.
Okay.
At least. Yeah, so it goes through the little.
Do you have like the wine
It's
opener
really
with
fine.
like the two blades
Okay.
that on the side of the cork? Pull it up?
Well, at this point, it's,
No,
at this point,
The cork is
it's already got a hole through it.
Yeah,
Oh.
and
Okay.
it's like,
It's been manhandled. Does it
Yeah.
go on your food plate? It's a rotten cork.
definitely run.
Why'd you put it in your food plate?
I'm done fooding.
Arugula.
Listen,
For what?
I'm trying really hard to be,
You're doing great.
what's the word?
I don't know.
Patient.
Taking my time. I'm pacing myself.
Okay.
I have to pace myself
Your
more
dog is so cute, Ray.
Oh, thanks.
than I do with the.
Are you working from home too? You said you're quarantined.
My company's actually in Canada, so I'm usually remote based, but my monthly trips to Canada stopped back in March because the borders closed. So I'm fully remote with no trips to Canada right now.
I want a remote job. I seriously do. I get one.
It's nice in some ways, and in other ways it can be annoying. It's a lot more discipline to work from home and to, make sure you're not like, oh, I need to do laundry. Let's do that instead of what I'm supposed to be doing. Or the dog is on my lap and I'm supposed to get on a conference call. What do I do? But yeah, I've enjoyed it. I've been remote almost 2 years now.
That's awesome. I mean, I really feel it works so well for people to balance their lives. And I really hope, and it's good for the environment. It's good for the environment too. So, I mean, I really hope that it continues.
Yeah, and there's nothing I do that requires me to be in an office. I mean, there's occasionally when training a new employee, it might make more sense, or for a client meeting. But in general, there's nothing I do that I need to be in the office for. So
I find it's very competitive to get remote roles now. Like I applied to something and it was like 150 people.
Way too much time on something that is not gonna be.
Oh my. Yeah, we don't hire remote very often. There's only 5 of us in the US, and I have a position open, and I know people that I would love to be that could get in the position tomorrow, but they're still trying to do Toronto area. I'm like, how many months of not finding a candidate in Toronto do we have to go through before you let me hire or interview outside of the Toronto area? But we've been looking for 3.5 months, and of the candidates they've sent me, only one has been qualified enough to even consider moving on with. So, and I could have 3 interviews tomorrow if they said I could hire outside of Toronto.
What do you do?
Well qualified. I'm in regulatory for clinical studies.
Okay.
So all my clients are pharmaceutical companies or device companies, and then we help manage the studies. And I'm particularly making sure they're FDA compliant and the sites are compliant. And then I also right now, yeah, I'm also doing the trial master files, which are required by the FDA. And that's what I'm trying to hire someone to take over. But it's a high level position. I can't just hire someone with a little experience. It has to be someone who can step into the role tomorrow. And they are just not letting me. They're like, no, we want it to be Toronto based. And they have them in the office. And I'm like, yeah, you're not going to find this person in Toronto.
Even though it's FDA, it's around the FDA. They want someone in Canada.
Well, and that's why I was able to be hired, because I'm US based and they needed a US regulatory specialist, someone who could handle and knows all the intricacies, and they were just not finding it in Canada. The trial master file is kind of every study, even if it's Europe based, has one, but they follow the US standards for all of them. But finding someone with that much experience is really, you're going to have to go to the US eventually. One candidate in 3 months, and they send me resumes daily. So it's not going well. Eventually they're going to get tired of it, or they're going to worry that I'm going to quit and they'll let me open it up. And then
But I want like half that now.
we'll have a candidate like the next day.
This is.
Yeah, it's nice you already have people lined up for it.
What I was doing in my last job is I was similar to what I'm doing here, and then I built the department from scratch. So I had to train people up to that position.
This is the 1982 wine my parents had in their liquor cabinet for.
I got it from the Piggly Wiggly.
Yeah.
You started with quality.
This thing is not red at all. This is
Brown.
It is urinary tract infection brown.
Ooh.
The ring.
That sounds delightful. Yeah.
And I'm glad I'm not there.
small ring.
I'll pass on the UT.
This
I
is
really want this to be good.
this is completely oxidized.
I remember my husband bringing home wine from Europe that was like brown.
It's gonna taste
color.
like really bad vinegar as well, I guess.
Oh, wow.
Ready?
Rob loves it. He thinks it's amazing.
Chateauneuf pop, right? Chateauneuf pop. Is that what you drink?
Bring
He's
the
gonna
bottle so you
share
can.
it
Oh,
with
wow,
me
that's bad.
regardless.
I'm gonna pair that with something.
Oh, God.
Tastes like vinegar?
Oh, but
There was some like brownish wine he brought home.
No,
Great ones I got for me.
Licorice?
And I remember being like, this is awful, whatever it is, I hate it. But it was actually its own like genre. Richard,
Haters that got thrown in a campfire.
what is the brownish wine from Europe? It's like either south of France or something.
say that again?
It's like a brownish color wine, like a golden almost color wine. Can't remember what the name of it is. Oh, what is
Isn't
that?
tawny that color?
Yeah, tawny is that color, but you're talking about like
Not
Madeira?
tawny point. It's like a I don't
It tastes, it smells tawny.
He brought something home and I was like, oh, this is awful. And then I realized, oh, this is what it was
My
supposed to
stomach
be.
is not
I just didn't know what I was doing.
You're not talking about Madeira, are you?
Oh, it might be Madeira.
Yeah,
Madeira. Yeah.
that stuff, I had it in my psalm training and I didn't like it.
I didn't like it either. Whatever it was, I didn't care.
But no, this is an
Don't
example
worry,
of
I drink the last of the
older
white wine.
does not equal
I'll
better,
drink this one too.
Wow.
especially if it's not stored right.
But it's
The liquor
awesome
takes the edge
to
off
be
though.
able to try it if it's older though, because it's just cool in life to be able to do that, right?
Yeah, no, it's definitely an experience, but you know, it's not a good experience. But it is definitely a you know, it's something to tell your kids.
Here's well with the rinse water.
Oh, no, I'll pass.
We dump it out
All
now.
right, well, I'm gonna head out. My dog wants to go for a walk. I'll see y'all in 2 weeks.
All right,
Bye, everyone.
Good night.
see y'all.
Bye-bye.
Bye.